Hey, JackitK here, and while I could be recording, because I kinda want to, I kinda can't at the moment, so I figure I'll answer your questions in the Q&A video instead. Now, YouTube does it from newest on top to oldest on bottom, so I'll just read going down. It's probably easier from reading backwards, like I was playing before. I guess I'll try to say your names, but please forgive me if I mispronounce things. I was thinking of just doing putting the comment, like flash it in the video instead. But why not at least try? First here I believe we have Let Pick. He asked, do you play Black Ops or Call of Duty Online? No, I do not. In case you can tell, I actually don't have any consoles that are non-Nintendo related. So most of the consoles I own are just Wii, GameCube, DS, and that. And I do not really play computer games either. And I believe there's a Call of Duty game on the Wii, but I've never really been a fan of shooters either. Now this next question is actually a set of 3 from Gimpy. Sorry, I'm not going to read a bunch of numbers. Will you ever do a Pokemon version game? Like Red, Blue, Gold, etc.? Well, it's definitely a possibility since I actually own some of those games, but I've been watching so many of them lately, it seems a little overdone. So if I do it, I want to find some way to make mine stand out. I might do it anyways, but I do have ideas of how I might be able to do a let's play of an actual version game. But you'll have to find out in the future how that unfolds. His second question is, what's your favorite Pokemon? When I actually... Well, first generation is obviously Pikachu, and second generation is Umbreon. Those are like the first 2 that come to my head. Umbreon is probably like my favorite Eevee evolution besides Eevee him herself. And Pikachu's just awesome like that. I think that answers that question pretty good. And what would your favorite game series be? Pokemon, Mario, etc. Well, I think lately I've been more towards the Pokemon series. I think it'd be a Pokemon or Golden Sun are probably tied for my favorite series. So I also enjoy the Donkey Kong series a bit, if that makes sense. Okay. Now on to Gamer Double J. Yay. What inspired you to think up Jackit? Well, I love telling this story. It was like it was a really long time ago. Like I was a kid, and I don't even know if we still had dial-up internet. You remember that? With the AOL goes do 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 do, something like that. Well, back in those days, I was like my dad one time, and I had this really awesome jacket I liked to wear, and we were doing some pretty boring stuff, so my mind wandered a bit. And during that mind wandering, I was thinking of how cool of a word jacket was. But actually, you're probably wondering why I was inspired to what inspired me to sync up the character, not the name. Oh well, the name is most of the character, so I might as well finish. So, I've just used, ever since thinking that Jackit was a cool word, I've always used Jackit for things. And because I was a dumb little kid, and my spelling was even worse than it was now, I thought Jackit was spelt with a I and not an E. By the time I realized this difference, years later, Jackit was already pretty stuck in my head the way it was. Anything inspiring of the character. I think also when I was a kid, I used to like play in the pool myself. Like imagine stories of being this water boy who was like made out of water or something. And well, that basically describes where the water powers came from. It wasn't until I first played Golden Sun that Jackit developed from like a water kid to a water wielder, and the other characters of the main cast of Jackit and Friends came along as well. So yeah, Golden Sun was a big part of the inspiration for that, but Jackit itself was like real far back in childhood, which is why I can be a bit clingy of the characters at time, and I'm just so attached to. What are some future plans for this channel? I'm not sure if you mean future LP projects, which if that's the case, I'm not really going to go into detail about that. Besides, unless you missed the announcement video, I'll tell you, Golden Sun: The Lost Age is my next Let's Play. Like I said there, it's more like a part 2 than an actual sequel. So I would feel really bad if I didn't go right into Lost Age after finishing Golden Sun. Besides that, I don't really have much plans LP-wise. Other than that, I kind of hope to... Wow, I am really rambling. I just realized 7 minutes and I'm rambling on. Where's my future plans for the channel? Yes. Not really planning much else besides LPing and comics at the moment. I know I said before I want to do other things. Might throw an occasional video of something else game related here and there as I can sync them up. But I unfortunately do not have any actual other plans yet. There's nothing really set in stone. Oh yeah, that Karsus only run? Maybe, just maybe, since I can't really record downstairs for a while, I might actually start that back up again, since I last saved right before a boss. That's a maybe, though. Okay, Dark Doom 1000. Sorry for Gimpy for not reading all your numbers, but Dark Doom's numbers just flow better. 5 questions. Hopefully I don't ramble too much. Who inspired you to make videos? Okay, this is gonna start out with the sad generic answer. That didn't already give it away. I really was inspired by Jackit to make my videos. He was the first LPer I watched that showed me how fun LPs could be. I think I've actually seen like a playthrough of the single player mode of Mario Party 2 before that, but it was addicting, but I didn't watch anything after that. Jackit was what brought me back. Jackit was what really got me interested into LPing. But here comes the interesting part. What inspired me to do LPing as I do them is actually just the comics that I done on the Nintendo World forums. If you guys been paying close attention to my channel, you might know what that is. Some of you might have came here from Nintendo Worlds. If so, that's great. I actually done a webcomic series, and I kinda am trying to keep it alive. I just haven't been doing as many comics as videos since the summer started, though. But the comics was what inspired me to actually do Jackit into them and include Jackit and Friends in the LP videos. And for that, there was a few people that inspired me to make those comics. Like I said, that characters and ideas were kind of flowing in my head for a while. But the first webcomics that I started to see on the forums was what really got me saying, hey, let's be realistic here. I'm never really going to make a game. Let me just express my characters and that with the internet. in something I can add in a form that I can actually do, like comics. And there was people who were doing comics before that inspired me to actually start making them. Like Free the Spirit God, or I think he actually has his name pronounced as Fry something. Fry the Spirit God. It doesn't sound the same, but he used to be a member on Nintendo World forums, and he was like one of the first people who started making comics during the time that I got interested in making them. Pakatum, we used to be real good comic buddies. He was another inspiration for me to actually start making comics. Those were the two main ones. Other people made them before me on those forums, but those were the two main inspirations. Wow, I think that was a lot of blabbing just for one question. Second question, how does it feel for 300 subscribers? Well, kinda cool. I mean, despite making a special over it, doesn't exactly feel special. Maybe it just waited so long to make this video. That all the yay 3 subscribers, yay! Maybe all that excitement's died out, but not exactly that. Do you enjoy making videos? Yes, that's the biggest reason I make them, because I enjoy them. Do you have a list of videos lined up? What is your plan for the future? I think I kind of answered that in the what are future plans for the channel. I am gonna keep most of them. I'm gonna keep most of the stuff I plan to do for LPing a surprise. In my announcement video, I already did say the Lost Ages will start sometime after the original Golden Sun game finishes. I have a couple ideas of what I might do for a side LP, but I haven't decided which one and when I'm going to do it. Or even if it's going to be on this channel or the Nintendo World Forum channel. And, well, this will be difficult to us because I never tried it yet. I can make out your question, and I won't lie, Dazzle is hard to figure out at first. I mean, it's a lot easier on YouTube because there's good tutorial videos you can watch. But one of the hardest parts of LPing for me was just setting up that dang Dazzle for the first time, the way I wanted it to record. But once I set it up, I've never really had problems. I probably could even reset it up now, because I figured out how to do it the first time. But if you can get through setting up your Dazzle, you're pretty well set. Okay?